was certainly an element of making my grandfather proud and honouring him by taking part in the award that has been so much of his life's work. And I definitely hope that I have made him proud.
What if the most powerful message Queen Elizabeth II ever sent was written in secret, handed to a 22-year-old who never asked for a crown and kept locked away for years, while Camilla's family was already making plans to claim it? No announcement, no press conference, just a handwritten clause buried inside a sealed royal will, one that just detonated like a bomb inside Buckingham Palace. Lady Louise Windsor, the quiet, bookish granddaughter who chose university over tiaras, has reportedly inherited a private Scottish estate. And Camilla's circle? Absolutely furious. Stay with me, because this story goes deep. The Queen's secret, a will sealed from the world, but not from Louise. Most people don't realize that royal wills are rarely made public. The tradition of sealing royal wills began in 1910, and it has since become standard practice for the royal family to request the courts to seal a will after the death of a senior family member. This means these documents are not available for public inspection. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away in September 2022, her will became subject to this legal secrecy. However, sealed does not mean that the will is without content. The royal family possesses private assets, such as Sandringham and Balmoral, which have both official and personal uses. The monarchy requires adequate private resources to continue its traditional roles in national life. It's crucial to note that, unlike the Crown Estate, which belongs to the nation, Balmoral and its surrounding properties were personally owned by the Queen. This distinction is significant because it allowed her to bequeath parts of those properties however she saw fit and to whomever she loved. Reports suggest that Queen Elizabeth II made a specific provision for Lady Louise to inherit a cottage on the Balmoral estate in Scotland. This is important because Balmoral, along with Sandringham, is one of the few residences privately owned by the monarch rather than by the Crown Estate, giving the Queen the freedom to allocate those assets as she wishes. According to multiple royal observers and news sources who have been following this story since early 2026, only 4 individuals reportedly knew about this provision before 2026. The Queen's personal solicitor, Princess Anne, the late Queen's longtime private archivist, and Prince Edward. They kept this information to themselves, waiting for the right moment. When the announcement came on January 30th, 2026, it shattered decades of royal silence. The inheritance wasn't just a piece of land, it was a powerful message from beyond the grave. I chose you, Louise, not them. Why Louise? The Queen's favorite grandchild and the Balmoral summers that changed everything. To understand why Lady Louise was chosen, it is important to know who she is. She is not your typical royal. Lady Louise Alice. Elizabeth Mary Mountbatten Windsor was born on November 8, 2003, and is the elder child and only daughter of Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. As the youngest niece of King Charles III, she was 8th in line to the British throne at birth, but by 2026, she was 17th in the line of succession. Unlike her cousins who grew up under intense media scrutiny, Louise chose to step back from the public eye. Her parents decided not to grant her a royal HRH title, allowing her to attend university and avoid the spotlight. In many ways, she embodies the royal who does not want to be royal, a quality that endeared her to the Queen. A royal insider revealed to The Sun as early as 2019 that Lady Louise was considered the Queen's favorite grandchild. The Queen loves the fact that Louise and James relish their time at Balmoral. Louise has become particularly close to the Queen, who seems to consider her the favorite, closely followed by James. This closeness was not merely sentimental, it was intellectual. Because of Louise's artistic talent, the Queen permitted her to explore some of the sketches from Queen Victoria's collection that are typically kept at Balmoral and rarely shown to others. This access was a privilege no other grandchild received. It was significant and meaningful. In the final summers of the Queen's life, 2019, 2020, and 2021, their bond grew even deeper. While other family members arrived at Balmoral with entourages and agendas, Louise came with a book and walking boots. During those final Highland summers, she and the Queen spent long hours sorting through private papers that were never meant for official archives. Elizabeth recognized in Louise a quiet loyalty, sharp intelligence, and a deep love for history. free from the drama or need for public validation that characterized other family members. That is why Queen Elizabeth chose Louise to be the guardian of her most private legacy, not the most prominent or the most powerful, but the most trusted. Camilla's campaign, the Parker Bowles power play that backfired. Now, here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Lady Louise wasn't the only one interested in that Scottish estate. In the months leading up to the January 2026 announcement, royal insiders and several YouTube investigative channels tracking palace affairs reported that Queen Camilla, eager to solidify her influence, began discreet inquiries into the estate. The Parker Bowles family, who had long been on the fringes of royal wealth, saw a strategic opportunity. Tom Parker Bowles reportedly started exploring ideas for high-end Highland tourism and conservation projects. Their goal was clear: to gain control of the estate and, crucially, its hidden archives, effectively linking their family name to the most intimate sanctuary of the House of Windsor. It's essential to understand the broader context. Tom Parker Bowles, Queen Camilla's son, has not shied away from making controversial statements. In December 2025, he launched a scathing attack on the Labour government during a cigar event and had previously criticized the government's changes to inheritance tax affecting agricultural estates. The Parker Bowles family has long desired a stronger presence in the royal legacy, and this estate represented their golden opportunity. In early January 2026, Camilla reportedly presented King Charles with a polished proposal at Balmoral. She spoke of stewardship and restoration, outlining plans for a literary retreat, rewilding initiatives, and exclusive heritage tourism. While her intentions appeared benevolent, the underlying objective was total control, including access to the Queen's private archives. However, the plan ultimately unraveled. Camilla's ambitions led to a critical tactical misstep. She authorized private surveyors to visit the region weeks before her formal proposal, alerting loyal Highland residents who had fiercely protected the Queen's privacy for decades. King Charles hesitated, and then the legal safeguards that Queen Elizabeth had put in place years earlier came crashing down on Camilla's hopes. The Queen had anticipated this situation. The inheritance clause for Louise was ironclad. No one could touch it. Palace shockwaves, the fallout, William's backing, and what it means for Louise's future. When the truth finally surfaced, the corridors of Windsor reportedly erupted in chaos. The tension peaked on January 26, 2026, during a private session at Windsor Castle. Camilla allegedly confronted Princess Anne, accusing her of manipulation and of undermining King Charles's vision of a slimmed-down monarchy. Anne, ever the steadfast protector of her mother's wishes, reportedly replied, "Neither were you, and yet here we are." The ensuing silence was described as funeral grade. Meanwhile, Prince William, who has always maintained a notably warm relationship with his younger cousin Louise, reportedly supported the inheritance without hesitation. Various royal commentary channels from YouTube to Facebook noted that William's quiet endorsement was critical in stabilizing the situation and preventing any formal royal challenge to Louise's claim. Louise's mother, Duchess Sophie, drawing on her background in public relations, had anticipated potential interference. Before the inheritance was finalized, she reportedly authorized a cybersecurity audit, which revealed surveillance attempts near the property. The family was not naive. They were prepared. So where does this leave Lady Louise now? At 22, she continues to balance her university life with occasional royal appearances. Whether she eventually steps into the role of a working royal or remains a private citizen, her inheritance at Balmoral ensures she will always have a literal and symbolic home at the heart of the monarchy's private legacy. Balmoral was the Queen's happy place, where she spent her summers away from the public eye. Now, a piece of that sanctuary belongs to the only grandchild who truly understood its significance, not as a title or trophy, but as a refuge. Queen Elizabeth II spent her entire reign choosing duty over desire. Yet in this one private act, quiet, legal, and deliberate, she chose love. She chose the girl who showed up with a book and walking boots. She chose Louise. And while Camilla's family may express their fury, the Queen already had the last word. If you made it this far, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Do you think Lady Louise deserves this inheritance? Let's talk about it.